You see the comment. Bernie would have defeated Trump in 2016, Tom. I don't believe he would have. I don't think he would have. I don't think he would have pulled the votes. As a matter of fact, I think Trump's victory over Bernie Sanders would have been a larger victory than it was over Hillary Clinton. But ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly why we even had a Trump presidency. This line of thinking, this Bernie or bust mentality that the Bernie bros out there have. It's guys like this that are the reason, once again, why we had Donald Trump win to begin with. I'll read you the fucking numbers again. Just gotta boot up the old perputer. My apologies. Should have been more prepared. Should have been more prepared. I'll get there. All right, here are the numbers for you. This is from 2016. The numbers I'm going to give you for the 10 millionth time are the people who voted for Bernie Sanders in the primary in 2016, but then were so pissed off that Hillary Clinton was the nominee, they didn't just abstain from voting. They didn't vote third party. They physically voted for Donald Trump in the general election. So people who voted for Bernie in the primary and Trump in the general election. In Wisconsin, that number was 51,000. Hillary lost Wisconsin by 22,000 votes. In Michigan, that number was 49,000. Hillary lost Michigan by 10,000 votes. And in Pennsylvania, that number was 116,000. And Hillary lost Pennsylvania by 44,000 votes. That means if just half the people who voted for Bernie in the primary in 2016, but then voted for Trump in the election, if just half the people in those 3 states who did that just voted for the Democratic nominee, we never have a first Trump presidency. She wins Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. We never have a 6-3 conservative Supreme Court. We never have the overturning of Roe v. Wade. None of what happened in Trump's first presidency exists, and the Republican Party is done with him forever. He never runs again. Maybe he runs, but it's at that point in time a joke. Like, nobody really takes him seriously because he got his ass kicked in 2016. If just half the people who voted for Bernie in the primary, half of the Bernie or bust folks, but then turn around and voted for Trump in the general election, if just half of them in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania just voted for Hillary Clinton, it never happens. You guys are the reasons why we even had a Trump presidency. And no, I don't think Bernie would have won. I don't think he would have. Listen, I understand what socialism is, and I understand what democratic socialism is. But you take a guy like Bernie Sanders that runs around the country and calls himself a socialist up on the campaign trail, it's going to attract the young voters, it's going to attract the Democratic voters, it's going to attract the progressives, and it is going to make the Republicans and conservatives come out of the fucking woodwork to vote against him because they're too fucking stupid to understand what it is he's talking about. It's piss poor messaging, just like ACAB and shit like that. You know, defund the police. Piss poor messaging. Democrats always have better policies, but worse messaging. Republicans always have worse policy, but better messaging. Bernie would have been, in my opinion, a disaster. But here we are. We're 2025, and we still got the fucking Bernie bros going at it, right? Well, you guys going to tank the next election in favor of AOC, or how's that one going to go?